This weekend's Off the Script is brought to you by my friends over at Wrestle Rumble.com. TLC Pick'em is now open. Single entry, $10. Triple entry, $20. TLC Pick'em is a contest based on a point system, and the winner will be the contestant with the most points. Contestants can earn points by correctly picking the winners of TLC matches and various other questions. The winners will be announced at the end of SmackDown Live 2 days after TLC, and the winner will receive their cash prizes via PayPal on Tuesday, December 6th. Runners-up will also receive their prize money on December 6th. Now, you're probably wondering, JD, what are first, second, and third place gonna get? Listen to this, guys. These prizes are so great, even Bobby Roode would deem them glorious. First prize, $500 cash plus custom artwork from John Toomey of ToomeyDrawings.com. Plus, listen to this, 2 lower level tickets to NXT TakeOver San Antonio, courtesy of Ticket King Online. Second place, $100. Third place, $100. Unbelievable. For all other information, please visit WrestleRumble.com, and there better be a winner who listens to Off the Script. WrestleRumble.com, TLC Pick'em, now live.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And if you're new to the channel, and you don't know what I'm about, and what I do here, and you're wondering who the fuck is this asshole wearing the blue Sasha Banks glasses at the Yankee Sucks t-shirt, I thought his name was JD from New York. Why the fuck is he wearing a Yankee Sucks t-shirt? This guy's already on my shit list. Let me tell you something. Bro. None of that matters at all. None of that matters whatsoever this weekend, bro. I'll tell you why. You want to know why? Is the #1 fucking podcast. Not only on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music, but this is the #1 fucking podcast, undoubtedly, in your subscription boxes, right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me this weekend. TLC on Sunday, man. Episode 146. This is part #1 for TLC weekend. I don't even know the fucking date, nor do I care. All I know is, by the time you guys are watching this, I'm actually taking a trip to New Jersey. And no, it's not to fucking put Grimm through a table, even though he's got revenge coming to him. That fucking motherfucker, Grimm. I see you, Grimm. You motherfucker. I'm gonna put you through a table just like you did me. Soon enough. I'll show you who the real fucking clown is. Grimm. Motherfucker. Huh? I'm all healed now. Don't worry about JD. I'm coming for you. And I got some fucking surprises along the way. Actually, no. I'll be in Jersey. My brother's going to the recording studio, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna be vlogging it. He is putting the finishing touches, finally, on his new EP. And it's going to be fucking unbelievable, man. Tony, his lead guitarist, one of the best unknown fucking prodigies you'll ever hear of, man. I'm gonna be taking film of this guy. You're gonna have your fucking mind blown by the way this guy plays, man. Unbelievable. Should be fun taking him there. I'm gonna be driving there. We should be at the studio by the time this goes live, so I'll be up early. But it's gonna be great. I'm gonna vlog it for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. This weekend's also gonna be fun. TLC. Can't wait. I'm genuinely excited for. No surprise, a SmackDown show. As long as it's not Monday Night Raw, man, I am A-OK. But TLC is this Sunday. We are going to do preview and predictions plus other things on today's episode on this weekend's podcast. And I want to thank once again my friends over at WrestleRumble.com for sponsoring the podcast all weekend long. Thank you guys so much, man. Please visit WrestleRumble.com if you guys want to win some unbelievable prizes this weekend. Put your knowledge to the test and guess the correct answers to all the questions that they're going to be asking you this weekend, man. Those NXT TakeOver San Antonio tickets are going to be fucking glorious, no pun intended. Unbelievable stuff there. And I hope, genuinely, that one person who listens to Off the Script each and every week wins those tickets. If not me, I would love to go to San Antonio. I would love to go to TakeOver, period. But if it's not me, I want one of you guys to do it, man. Those are unbelievable prizes, and they've been handing out fucking unbelievable prizes all winter long, man, seemingly for Survivor Series and all the pay-per-views that we've been getting from WWE, Royal Rumble tickets, now NXT TakeOver San Antonio tickets. It's going to be unbelievable, man. So please take advantage of that. If you got the money to afford it, man, those entry forms and those prizes, they're going to fucking unbelievable stuff, man. Unbelievable stuff right there. So make sure you guys check out WrestleRumble.com. I also want to thank each and every one of you, man. The Black Friday thing for Barbershop Window and Pro Wrestling Tees, 1 Hour Tees. You guys came out and supported this show like I've never seen before, man. I really was blown away by the amount of support that I had for those 2 latest designs, man. Now, you know, I love everything that I do here. I love the business. I'm fucking so critical of WWE and certain performers and certain things, but along the way, it's helped me create a brand name for myself and a business and designs and get ideas out there and market myself. I've come to know some great fucking people, some people that are within the industry, man, and it's just a huge, it's a huge deal to me that I have so many people that would go out and buy something that I came up with, that I had put on a t-shirt, and you guys would wear that proud because you support what I do here, man. I'm still blown away by that fact. And Barbershop Window, they had their 30% off sale, and we literally sold over $2,200 worth of Off the Script merchandise for Black Friday during that whole week, man. That was unbelievable. My email was fucking going berserk all week with the amount of support you guys went out there and bought JD as Negan. You know, I wish more of you bought that Dana Brooke design, man. That design is a design that you should not sleep on, man. You know how awful she is. You know, why not wear that on a t-shirt? But that JD is Negan, man. I even had my buddy Drew, who fucking hates wrestling. He bought the fucking shirt to support me because he's a good friend of mine. And he bought it because he told me, quote unquote, it's the most non-cheesy t-shirt you put out. And he actually bought it, which I was shocked by. And I want to thank him for doing that, man. Unbelievable support for JD is Negan. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, barbershopwindow.com. Go there. My online store is live, ready. You guys can fucking purchase 8 different designs. Unbelievable. $19.99. Best fucking quality t-shirts on the market. Pro Wrestling Tees is like no other, man. They are unbelievable in what they do. Print straight to garment. It's unbelievable, man. I have no words for how great they are. And they've been supportive, and they've had, my back since this entire thing started. And it's just unbelievable, man. I would rather do business with nobody else. Barbershopwindow.com. Go get your JD's Negan t-shirts. Get the Dana Brooke, Roman Reigns, Eva Marie, Big Show, the Goon City t-shirt, man. It's all there. It is all there for you guys to check out. Barbershopwindow.com. Just type in Off the Script in the main menu search bar. It'll take you right to my online store. Thank you to everybody that purchased a t-shirt, man. Greatly helps out and supports the podcast. If you guys want to support the podcast in another way and you don't want a t-shirt, patreon.com/JD from NY206. We are a proud patron with that website, and you guys are supporting the podcast in that way as well, man. I am reworking all the rewards. I actually put a specific vlog up there for you guys detailing what's coming and what's going on just for the patrons only. What we're going to be doing, man, this is something different that we're going to be doing. If you are a patron to my patreon.com page, every week, I'm going to be taking 3 questions from patreon.com and the message board that is on there for my specific site. We're going to be taking 3 questions, and we're going to answer them on Sundays off the script as part of a mini mailbag. And this is available to patrons only. So if you guys want a specific wrestling question answered, if you guys want to get my opinion on anything at all wrestling related that's been on your mind and you're wondering, I wonder what JD thinks about this, patreon.com/JD from NY206. I'm going to try and give back to my patrons as much as I can. This is not open to everybody. If you are a patron, you will be chosen every Sunday for Off the Script to take part in a patron-only exclusive Q&A right here on Off the Script every single Sunday right here on YouTube.com, man. I'm going to give back and I'm going to rework my rewards. I got some great stuff coming, some great ideas brewing up here, man, so look forward to that. If you guys want to support the page, patreon.com/JD from NY206. The one big perk is that you're going to get this and every other Off the Script early, 12 hours early before it goes live right here on YouTube.com, man. So thank you guys so much for everything, and thank you to everybody that's pledged this week on Patreon.com. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. I will be tweeting live during TLC this Sunday, so make sure you guys follow me on Twitter if you guys want to know my up-to-date, in real life, in real time opinions and thoughts behind TLC. Twitter at JD from NY206. YouTube is fucking broken, more broken than I've ever seen it before, and I'm gonna need all of us to come together, man, and support Off the Script and this channel in general. A lot of people from PewDiePie all the way up top, all the way down to the bottom of the barrel. Everybody's complaining, man. Every time you upload a video, we're losing subs. We can't gain any traction, man. Throughout the day, we're losing subs without any fucking reason behind it. I should be at 80, 90,000 subscribers right now. It's unreal. There's no growth whatsoever. And we don't know what the new algorithm is on YouTube, man. It's affecting everybody. And it's affecting Off the Script, and it's affecting JD. So if you guys want to, the community's brainstorming everything right now, right here on YouTube. We're brainstorming what is the new algorithm on YouTube, man? What is it? You know, Keemstar and H3H3 Productions and Boogie, everybody is thinking that it is likes and interaction, comments. So if you guys are watching the video, hit that thumbs up, man. I need your support more now than ever because I want to get through this because it's very frustrating as a content creator when you look at your numbers. And I'm a numbers guy, man. I'm a big numbers guy. When you see your subs just stay the same number, man. When I go to sleep, I know the sub number in my head, man. I'm fucking mental. I'm mental. When I wake up, I usually get 40, 50, 60 subs overnight. I get nothing. It stays the same, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I gain no subs during the day. I haven't gained any subs for November, going into December, and this is our busiest month, man, where advertisers are pumping money into adverts all over the fucking website. This is our big money-making opportunity, our big money-making month, and nobody's gaining any fucking subs, man. How am I going to get this podcast and my brand out there if nobody's fucking seeing it? They changed the fucking algorithm, and nobody knows what it is. So if you guys are watching this, interact with each other down below, man. Comment, and like the video if you do support Off the Script. Everybody's thinking that is the new algorithm, so we're going to put that to the test here on Off the Script. Thank you guys so much, and please hit that subscribe button if you are new, and if you're not, thank you for all your support, man. I greatly appreciate it. And also, guys, Loot Crate, Slam Crate, if you guys want to get some Christmas gifts ready for your children, for a friend who you know is a big wrestling fan, man. I got 2 subscription services that are going to fucking do you good, man. WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate. We are an official partner with Loot Crate for WWE Slam Crate. Use the link down below that I provide, and you're going to save 10% off, man. All you got to do is use the coupon code JD from NY. You're going to save 10% off your first subscription purchase, man. That is unbelievable. If you don't want to do that, WrestleCrate.com. WrestleCrate.com, and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. Use the coupon code JD Sent Me for an instant 10% off your first crate, whether it's the regular crate or the big monster ultimate crate, man. 2 subscription services that are fucking awesome. If you guys have been watching off the script, you guys know I do unboxings. And right now, Wrestle Crate is ahead of Loot Crate. So if you guys want to go check those out, visit those websites and use those coupon codes. Great gifts for the holiday season. I'm going to save you some money doing all that as well, man. So thank you to everybody for supporting the podcast. Today we have TLC preview and predictions. I'm going to go over the best predictions that I possibly can. And we're going to talk about all the feuds leading up to Sunday's TLC pay-per-view. And hopefully I get some of these right and you guys can win some money with WrestleRumble.com, man. Let's get into the TLC 2016 predictions for this Sunday's pay-per-view. Honestly, when you look at everything that WWE has done since the brand split, if you look at everything that WWE has done since the draft, which brand has benefited the most from everything that happened that week? You look at SmackDown and you see The Miz succeeding. People care about The Miz for the first time in years. And The Miz arguably has been the best thing on WWE television. He resurrected what was a dead, stale, stagnant career with the WWE. He might be one of the brightest spots and brightest performers to come out of this brand split in this draft. You look at Dolph Ziggler, who's been The Miz's dancing partner for most of 2016, and he's also benefited from this brand extension. Some might argue that Ziggler's still not where he should be in the WWE, but it's hard to argue that Ziggler has put on some of the best performances and cut some of the best promos of his career with The Miz following the draft. Those two really stick out on SmackDown. You look at Alexa Bliss. You look at what they did, and everybody was moaning and groaning when Alexa Bliss was called up from NXT. Look, they're taking another top-tier talent from NXT, someone who's got all this potential, and they're putting them on the main roster so soon. But when Alexa Bliss was moved up to the main roster, we seen down in NXT the potential that is ready to break out. She's been given an opportunity to run with it, and she has not disappointed. In fact, she might be the best female performer in all of WWE right now, in my honest opinion. There's nobody right now doing it better than Alexa Bliss, and I'm even including in that discussion Charlotte and Sasha Banks. And I'm being completely honest with you. And we'll talk more about Alexa Bliss in just a little bit when we get to her match with Becky, which was scheduled to be a regular match. They turned it into a tables match for the pay-per-view. You look at Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, to me, has breakout potential. I've highlighted what I think he needs to work on, and hopefully this is a step in the right direction with him being featured more on WWE television. You look at AJ Styles. AJ Styles comes into the WWE, and he makes a debut in the Royal Rumble that I didn't necessarily agree with at all. I thought AJ Styles was being wasted immediately upon arrival in WWE, and I came up with an idea. I came up with a booking idea to debut him after WrestleMania with Gallows and Anderson as they attacked Roman Reigns, who just would have won the WWE Championship from Triple H at WrestleMania 32. That was my idea. Setting the groundwork for a Shield versus Bullet Club type war. Faction versus faction. That was my idea. I thought AJ Styles was pretty much going to be floating in the middle of nowhere. They weren't going to really utilize him correctly. They took him and his talents and they gave him opportunity in WWE because he showed them exactly why they need to start pushing this guy and get behind him. With the brand split, it was even more evident how important AJ Styles was going to be, and he has not disappointed. He may very well be the best wrestler in the entire world, not only in the world, but he's definitely the best talent, the best wrestler, the best in-ring worker in all of WWE, man. There's nobody that I enjoy watching more than an AJ Styles, and I'm glad that the brand split really highlighted how important he is. The brand split for SmackDown also highlighted that the Wyatts still have life left in them. Bray Wyatt still has life left in this whole Wyatt family gimmick. And now he's teaming with someone who I didn't think was going to be even with the Wyatt family for this long, Randy Orton. An unlikely ally in Randy Orton. You know, I thought this was going to be something that was going to be a 2-3 week thing. It was going to end. It was actually going to end tonight. Or not tonight, this week at TLC. And I thought they were going to conclude their feud and it was going to be over 1, 2, 3. Bray Wyatt was going to go his separate ways. Randy Orton was going to go his separate ways. And that was it. Now, they've stuck it out. WWE seems to be dragging this out just a little bit longer. And they're on the verge of winning the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And I think this is going to be great, which we'll talk about in a second, for both Wyatt and Randy Orton. So it's given new life to Bray Wyatt as well. Rhyno and Slater, they were brought to SmackDown to be enhancement talents. Heath Slater didn't even have a fucking brand he could call a home when SmackDown Live aired on the USA Network, live under the new format. He didn't have a fucking brand. They took this guy who nobody cared about, and they gave him a storyline that I didn't like at first. And it opened me up to Heath Slater. Now, granted, they haven't done much with him since. Rhyno and Slater really haven't defended the tag team championships on SmackDown all that much. I believe they had one title defense against the Ascension. But they opened Rhyno and Slater up for opportunities that they didn't even have planned for them. SmackDown Live has done great things with the brand split, giving opportunities to people that would never see opportunity. And if you look back at the brand extension and the draft and who did the most with it, it's SmackDown. You compare everything that I just mentioned to what Monday Night Raw is doing. Yeah, they gave Balor the opportunity, but Balor's not there anymore. And I feel with Balor's injury and Balor going down, Monday Night Raw went down with him. It's like everything got fucked up as far as their plans go, and they're reverting back to what made Monday Night Raw so terrible in 2015, and they're not giving us new television. They're not giving us refreshing television in a 3-hour format. They have the talent to fill 3 hours. They just haven't done a goddamn thing with it. They haven't created any new stars except for Braun Strowman, and he's not even at that level yet. He's on his way, but he's not at that level yet. Look at the misused talent on Monday Night Raw. Sami Zayn, Neville. You got Goldust, who still has a lot left in the tank. They're not doing a goddamn thing with him at all. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young. Instead of having these guys fucking do nothing, pair them back together and give me back the primetime players and get some momentum underneath them. You could use tag teams on Monday Night Raw. What have they done with Gallows and Anderson? They've done nothing but make them a comedy act, a joke, who's lost left and right to Enzo and Cass and the New Day. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. What have they done with Kevin Owens as far as a Universal Champion goes? The fucking list is more important than Kevin Owens and his title reign. He's supposed to be the number one guy on that brand. They haven't done a goddamn thing with him. It's fucking awful. Roman Reigns. What have they done with Roman Reigns as United States Champion? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Rusev was on the verge of being a great heel, a great run with the United States Championship. They took the belt off him. For what? Why did it need to go back to Roman Reigns? Why did the title need to go to Roman Reigns, I should say? For what? You could have feuded Rusev with a Zayn or Rusev with a Neville and have, them fight over the title. But if you look at the brand and you look at who really sticks out, you know who really sticks out on Monday Night Raw? Cesaro and Sheamus. I think they've been given the best opportunity out of everybody on Monday Night Raw. So you're looking at this brand split, and it's like, what has Monday Night Raw done? Going into the end of the year here, into Roadblock, into TLC, SmackDown has done so much more with their talent, and it's only going to get better. Monday Night Raw hasn't done a goddamn thing, and that, to me, is where my lack of interest comes in, man. You guys know how I feel about Charlotte and Sasha Banks. It's done. I'm over it. And I got news on all of that this weekend. I am over it. They have no division. They have no tag team division. They got no women's division. What have they done? They've done nothing to generate interest in that product. The biggest thing that Monday Night Raw has done since the brand split is bring back a 50-year-old Goldberg to beat Brock Lesnar in 1 minute and 25 seconds at Survivor Series. That was it. That was it. They've done nothing else. Leading into TLC, the excitement for me is really, really high. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. Going into TLC, my excitement is high. based on what happened on television and where all these different wrestlers fit in with their current storylines, I am more excited about TLC than I ever will be about Roadblock. TLC is going to be a culmination of very, very well thought out, well put together storylines for WWE, whereas Roadblock is not going to generate any interest in me whatsoever as a WWE fan. So my point is, going into TLC, we are going to see a damn good pay-per-view on Sunday night. Whereas Monday Night Raw, they've done nothing but force feed us stuff that we don't want to see. They've made a big deal about something that should not be made into a big deal. They're hyping and touting a division that doesn't exist. They're neglecting talent. They're not really giving opportunity to anybody. It feels the same. Nothing about Monday Night Raw feels different whatsoever. Changes still need to be made, and I'm talking about major changes from every different aspect of Monday Night Raw. SmackDown is where it's been for the last 3 or 4 months. Backlash, No Mercy have been great pay-per-views. I expect no different from TLC on Sunday, man. The storylines going into TLC have been great. They've been fucking awesome. And we're going to go over that right now with TLC predictions. The main thing to me, the most important thing to me, the most intriguing, interesting thing to me for TLC is Heath Slater, Rhyno versus the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. Now, this was supposed to be American Alpha. American Alpha had won that, whatever match it was, that gauntlet match where they ran through all the different teams. And it was supposed to be American Alpha. And Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt seemingly came out of nowhere. After American Alpha beat the Usos and they won the right to be number one contenders, the Wyatt family pretty much threw their names into the hat and said, listen, you got one more team to go through, and it's Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. That was slated for this past week's SmackDown, in which Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton won in a great main event. It is not American Alpha's time just yet. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton as a team really intrigue me, and there's a lot of positive to come out of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt as a team. Number one, I already documented this on a video that I did a few days ago. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton will do wonders for the tag team division. It adds credibility to a weak division. You got two singles guys in Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton who could multitask. You can have main event talent and you can have tag team talent right there in the division. They could break away and do their own thing while maintaining the tag team championship. So you're doing everybody plus the division good. Bray Wyatt's been directionless for so long. 4 years of complete neglect. WWE creative not knowing what to do with the Wyatt family. And a lot of people are on board with what they're doing with Randy Orton. Some, they have the mentality of, well, now they're finally doing it, but I don't care. Now they're finally giving the Wyatt family momentum, but I don't care. The Wyatt family doesn't need Randy Orton. It feels forced. It feels ridiculous. But Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, not only do you get a super team, not only do you get two of the best talents in the company, but Bray Wyatt, standing next to Randy Orton, not only looks great, but looks credible. And it also erases all that neglect that we've seen thrown at Bray Wyatt for years. Standing next to Randy Orton will make Bray Wyatt look like a dominating ally. It will make him look good. Randy Orton's presence in the Wyatt family speaks volumes. And this was a take on what they did with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was in the Wyatt family for about 2 weeks. If you guys remember that steel cage match that he had with Bray Wyatt on Monday Night Raw, where he shed the Wyatt garb, that jumpsuit-looking outfit that he was wearing. The biggest yes chant I have ever seen in my entire life, man. It's like the crowd was fucking mesmerized. They were hypnotized by Daniel Bryan, man. The yes chants in that arena on that night were so fucking loud. I don't think I've heard something that loud since the Austin Rock days in the Attitude Era, bro. That's what this is a take on. Now, it's not going to be as popular as Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan was supposed to be in the Wyatt family for the long haul. He didn't even have anything planned for WrestleMania, and then you guys know exactly what happened with that. He went on to win the World Championship at WrestleMania 30. He even had a new outfit made for himself, as the rumor goes, out for himself made for WrestleMania 30 because he thought he didn't have any concrete plans going into WrestleMania. Then Punk left. Daniel Bryan was the next in line. They gave him the World Championship opportunity. They made the most of it in one of the biggest WrestleMania moments of all time. Now they're taking this and using Randy Orton in place of Daniel Bryan, and this is going to play out like Daniel Bryan should have played out. This is going to lead in what I think will be a title reign for Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. I do think that Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton will win the tag team championships from Rhyno and Slater. I do think that Rhyno and Slater are still more of a comedy act. They have their serious tones when they want to be serious, but WWE, to me, I think they see them as more as a comedy act. Meanwhile, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton offer formidable opponents to anybody else on the roster. They command respect, and you can make some great matches out of a team with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt against seemingly anybody on that roster, man. I think they're going to bring credibility to the tag team titles on SmackDown, being that they have only had one champion crowned so far. It's going to make Bray Wyatt look good. Randy Orton's going to have something to do, right? This is too positive. There's so much positive coming out of this that it would be silly not to give them the championships. I'm going with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. And this will eventually lead, in my honest opinion, to Randy Orton kind of destroying the Wyatt family from within. And this will eventually lead to a breakup. I don't know what's going to come of this. I don't know how it's going to happen. But it will lead to a match. From what I can tell, and if I was to make a bold prediction, this will lead to a match between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, which will culminate at WrestleMania 33. And Randy Orton will turn back into the babyface while Bray Wyatt, who knows where he goes from there. But this is where it's leading. Give them the titles. Let them run for it. Let them run through a few guys on the roster of SmackDown Live's tag team division. And this will culminate in a match at WrestleMania. That's where I think it's going. And Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton are going to win the tag team championships at TLC. Kalisto versus Baron Corbin in one of the dumbest matches I think I've ever seen shown by WWE. Now, you guys remember the stairs match with Big Show and Eric Rowan. I mean, give me a fucking break. A stairs match, a chairs match, all because it's in the name of the pay-per-view, tables, ladders, and chairs, doesn't mean we need to see a chairs match. I mean, how stupid do you think we are, WWE? Seriously. A chairs match. Okay, so you're telling me that weapons are legal, right? The chair is legal, which makes any other weapon legal. I don't get where they're going with this. I never understood why. It's nothing but a fucking cheesy take on the name of the pay-per-view. It would be a little bit more credible if you tell me, okay, Kalisto versus Baron Corbin, they're going to go one-on-one in a no disqualifications, falls count anywhere match. Anything goes at TLC. I would have been, okay, it sounds pretty cool. Can't wait to see what they do with this, But a chairs match? Are you serious? How is anybody going to generate any interest in a chairs match? It's absolutely fucking retarded. A chairs match. Who cares about this feud? This was thrown together seemingly out of nowhere because WWE had Kalisto out on the DL. They had him come back. They had nothing else planned for him. Oh yeah, he feuded with Baron Corbin a couple of months ago, right? We'll just pick up from that. People will be dying to see that. On what planet? Baron Corbin came back and he attacked Kalisto at Survivor Series, fucking over SmackDown in a bumble-headed, fucking foolish creative plan. Yeah, let's have Baron Corbin fuck over SmackDown for the cruiserweights. It doesn't get any stupider than that. It was fucking ridiculous. So he attacks Kalisto, and he hits Kalisto in the back with a steel chair, and here we are. And then we come to SmackDown this past week. It was, I believe, Kalisto and Ziggler versus Miz and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin wanted to start the chairs festivities a little bit early. He hits Kalisto in the back with a steel chair. And here we are. Alas, a chairs match that nobody gives a shit about. End of days will be coming to Kalisto. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin, no question, will be winning his chairs match. And I'm going to take a chair and probably sit down and eat some pizza rolls, drink a beer, and my attention's going to be more on that than this actual fucking match. So Baron Corbin is going to defeat Kalisto at TLC. And you know what? Baron Corbin's got upside, man. I hope for big things in 2017 with Baron Corbin. Nikki Bella and Carmella, they will feud And hopefully this will be the end of their feud at TLC. This will take place in a no disqualification match. And I'm liking this feud between these two women, man. It's really picked up. It's really, it hasn't been forced upon us. And I like that SmackDown has taken two women who are not in the championship feud. On Monday Night Raw, you can learn a thing or two from SmackDown and Ryan Ward and everybody over there booking this fucking pay-per-view. You don't necessarily need to be in the championship feud to be in a feud that transcends from show to show. They've done a nice job at getting Carmella over as a threat to Nikki Bella. Now, granted, she receives no reaction when she comes out, and it's quite scary that nobody cares about Carmella when she comes out. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's the theme music. Maybe it's her I don't know, her previous gimmick where she comes out and says, "I'm the princess of Staten Island." Maybe people were so fucking turned off from that, they said, fuck this shit. But Carmella has done a great job at being a heel. And she's done a great job at being a nice piece to this Nikki Bella puzzle, man. Nikki Bella, the reason why she came back from injury and she was placed on SmackDown was to get new talent over and work with the young up-and-coming talent. Alexa Bliss, Carmella. It doesn't hurt the fact that she's dating John Cena. John Cena's on SmackDown. But Nikki Bella's role is still one of a leader, but instead of being head and shoulders the face of the division, she is going to be the one to help young talent get over. And that's exactly what they're doing here with Carmella. Carmella has looked the best she's ever looked, man. And she looks credible in a feud with Nikki Bella. And the fact that it's a no disqualification match and she's gotten the best of Nikki Bella week after week and she's getting under Nikki Bella's skin. They added the nice little tease of Carmella coming out mentioning John Cena. I would love to see something really on the borderline of PG and stretching that as far as you can, man. Maybe Carmella is trying to get under Nikki's skin and this can continue and Carmella could really be a dastardly heel and get under Nikki's skin and, be that evil villain where people will genuinely hate her. All the little girls will come out to the show and they'll start hating on her because she's trying to get in with John Cena. She's trying to go behind Nikki's back, and she's trying to, I don't want to say, sleep around, but, she's trying to kind of maneuver her way into Nikki's relationship with John Cena. She's trying to get John Cena's attention and get his attention off Nikki and have John Cena pay more attention to Carmella. Something along those lines. Doesn't got to go the whole sexual route blatantly. We're not in the Attitude Era here. We're not going to see anything along those lines. But I would love to see, Carmella try and steal John Cena away from Nikki Bella. But make it realistic. Don't have it play off Total Divas or anything like that. I would love to see Carmella in that type of role, man. That would be great, and I think that would really cement her as a top-level bitch, an evil heel on SmackDown. And then from there, who knows, man? The sky's the limit. But as far as no disqualification, I think Nikki Bella is going to get the win here over Carmella. I believe Carmella has gotten to Nikki Bella more so than I had initially expected, and I think Nikki Bella is going to end up winning this no disqualification match at TLC. As far as the other women go, man, Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss, to me, has been the best female on both Raw and SmackDown. This was originally scheduled to be at No Mercy. And a legitimate out-of-ring injury, kept Becky Lynch out. We still don't know what was wrong with her, but she was out. She did not defend the championship against Alexa at No Mercy. She was unable to compete, and it was rescheduled for November 8th on SmackDown. Becky won the match. Becky won that match by submission, but despite Alexa Bliss, she placed her foot on the rope behind the referee's back. Nobody seen it. She lobbied for a rematch, and this is where we are today. On November 22nd on SmackDown, Alexa demanded a rematch, to which Becky agreed for TLC. Later on that night on SmackDown, Alexa attacked Becky, who had just defeated Natalya. The following week, during a contract signing, Becky attacked Alexa, but eventually was put through a table by Alexa, which we've seen on this week's SmackDown. And at Alexa's request, this match was made into a tables match. Women's Championship on SmackDown. Alexa Bliss versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss has been great, man. You look at Alexa Bliss and the body of work that we've seen. She plays a damn good fucking heel, bro. She plays a damn good heel, man. Down to her body language, down to her mannerisms, down to her facial expressions, man. There's nobody. She's definitely in the upper echelon of WWE talent that has really benefited and taken full advantage of the brand split. Like I mentioned in the outset here. A lot of talent really haven't been given still the opportunity to shine. Alexa has this time in the spotlight, and she's using every bit of it on SmackDown, and good for her, man. She's absolutely great at what she's done. Now, as far as Becky Lynch goes, she really hasn't done much with the Women's Championship, man. She hasn't done much. WWE gave her the Women's Championship because she is by far the most over female on SmackDown's roster. She's the most over, and WWE thought that putting the belt on the most over fan favorite, that it was going to help generate interest in that division, and it was going to set the tone. We come to December here and TLC, and I'm not thinking that Becky is the best in the division anymore, man. And to be honest with you, as far as a champion goes, I think you need to give it to the best, and I think you need to give it to Alexa Bliss, man. Her body of work has definitely warranted a title run. With Becky Lynch, to me, WWE can do a few things with Becky. Remember at Survivor Series, Nikki Bella was attacked. Actually, before that, way before that, before Becky was even called up to the main roster, Becky was a heel. Becky was a heel in NXT. She had that mean Irish attitude, right? She was going in there, kicking ass, taking names, and not giving a flying fuck, man. She was downright tough. I feel like WWE has kind of shed some of that toughness for a little bit more fan-friendly, family-friendly Becky Lynch, who's making cheesy jokes and just sounds cringeworthy that I gotta fucking put fingers in my ears just to not hear her speak, week after week. I don't like this version of Becky, man. I don't. I really don't. Becky Lynch is in need of something to change as far as her character goes, man. I don't know how much longer I can take Becky in her current situation. If I was working for WWE Creative, I would propose the idea of, you know what? Nikki was the captain at Survivor Series. They made Nikki the captain of the Survivor Series women's team because she's Nikki Bella, right? She's the longest reigning Divas champion of all time before they switched it over to the new title. Instead of having Natalya be the one rumored to attack Nikki Bella because she wanted to make her way into the match, it was in Canada, she wanted to be in front of her hometown. Nobody's going to give a shit about that aspect as the weeks go on. The long-term plan would be for Becky to eventually turn the tides and turn heel. What if they announced that Becky was the one who attacked Nikki because of jealousy, And it could stem from her losing the title. It could be revealed soon after that. Listen, Becky feels underappreciated. She feels overlooked, Nikki was named the captain. She's not the women's champion. Why is someone who is not the women's champion named captain of the SmackDown Live women's team against Raw? Becky could be the one to be named attacker against Nikki Bella, and that would generate a heel turn for Becky Lynch against Nikki Bella, and that would really give Becky Lynch the change that she needs. As far as Alexa Bliss goes, I think Alexa's been so great that she deserves a title run. And if you're going to keep Becky a face, I think she's going to do better in a role where she's chasing the championship. I think Alexa as a heel and as a heel protagonist, you need someone who's just going to play that heel role so well for the babyface to chase, for the babyface to take down and overcome the dastardly heel. Alexa's done such a great job, I think, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I could be wrong, but this is my preview and predictions. Alexa Bliss is going to win the Women's Championship on SmackDown. I think she's going to be given the title, and I think Becky is going to go into chase mode into 2017. That's just my honest opinion. Just based on what we've seen with Alexa Bliss, definitely deserves it. It warrants a title reign. And to me, my logic is you got to give it to who is best. And right now, there's nobody better than Alexa Bliss. Miz versus Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match. A match that I am very much looking forward to for the Intercontinental Championship. Right out of the gate, people are already comparing. They're asking me, "Oh, JT, do you think it's going to be better than Michaels versus Razor Ramon, man?" I don't know where the analogies are coming and the comparisons are coming to Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 10, but end that conversation immediately. I don't need to be comparing anything to one of the greatest matches that WWE has ever put on, period. But I'm not going to say that Miz and Dolph Ziggler are not going to put on a great match. They've been putting on fucking some of the best matches this year on SmackDown. So I'm very excited about this match, man. Ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. On November 15th, some backstory here. On November 15th, SmackDown, The Miz, with the help of Maurice, defeated Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship and then retained the championship at Survivor Series against Sami Zayn, who is right now in a story that I am most interested in on Monday Night Raw. Where he's going with that, I don't know, but I do believe Sami Zayn's coming to SmackDown in 2017. It's needed. He needs to be on SmackDown. He needs to be given the opportunity. You know, I mean, Sami Zayn's been in, especially in my top 10, when I reveal my top 10, Sami Zayn is in 4 fucking matches in my top 10. I mean, if the guy is being treated like this, it's a criminal act. How this guy is not more important than he is on Monday Night Raw. It's a shame. It's absolutely fucking criminal that Sami Zayn is not in a bigger role on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully this is leading to something bigger for Sami Zayn. I like angry Sami. You guys see the promo he cut on Monday Night Raw? You know for a fact, though it was scripted, everything that he felt and everything that came out of his mouth, the way he made it sound, he's feeling those exact motions, man. Really. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Sami Zayn does on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully this leads to something where he comes to SmackDown. But The Miz retained against Sami Zayn thanks to Maurice, who, you know, pretty much purposely rung the ring bell, confused Sami Zayn, making him look like a fucking goon. And that proceeded to help Miz roll him up 1, 2, 3. From there, we had Sami Zayn being punished on Monday Night Raw, which is not his fault and makes no sense storyline-wise, but we're not talking about Monday Night Raw. That was the open challenge, originally made by Dolph Ziggler, when he lost the title to The Miz. On November 22nd of SmackDown, following a controversial win over Kalisto, Miz was surprised by Ziggler, who hit him with a super kick. Later, General Manager Daniel Bryan scheduled The Miz to defend his championship against Ziggler at TLC in a ladder match. So this is pretty much how we got to this point. Obviously, with the way things have gone with this feud, the history is there. This type of match warrants a conclusion to this feud. This is the last time for both. It's going to be interesting to see where both of these guys go in 2017 and in which direction they do go. But I am expecting The Miz to retain his title. I mean, I hate when they flip-flop a title back and forth, and I don't want them to do it here. I really don't. They gave the title back to The Miz because they feel that The Miz, with the Intercontinental Championship, is more deserving over Dolph Ziggler. You know, they flip-flopped the title back and forth on Monday Night Raw with Charlotte and Sasha, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm going to sound like a hypocrite if Ziggler wins it and I say, you know what, I don't mind. And I don't want them to do that, okay? I don't want to see another title change. I do not want to see another title change. I made mention of this on Monday Night Raw with Charlotte and Sasha. It's not the amount of times you hold the title. It's what you do with the title in that reign, okay? And you can't have a credible champion if you take the title off of him and flip-flop it back and forth with whoever he's feuding with, he or she is feuding with. I don't like it. I don't like it. Keep The Miz as Intercontinental Champion. Ziggler is good enough and should have been good enough and should have been propelled into the main event. This guy needs to move up. You know, give him the fucking opportunity on SmackDown. And with removing Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton from the main event right now, you got to add someone else in there. Ziggler would be a great component to move up there in the main event slot. Obviously, you got Cena coming back. You could probably elevate a Baron Corbin. Where the fuck is Apollo Crews at? Apollo Crews should be right there in the mid-card, man. I don't know where the fuck he is, but that's a different story for a different day. I'm going with The Miz in what should be the match of the night. I'm going with it. Match of the night. I'm going with The Miz. He's going to win the Intercontinental Championship on Sunday at TLC in his match with Dolph Ziggler. Finally, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose in a tables, ladders, and chairs match for the World Championship. This is going to be very, very interesting, man. And WWE has gotten to this point through one James Ellsworth. AJ Styles defeated both Dean Ambrose and John Cena to retain the World Championship at No Mercy. On October 25th, SmackDown, Ambrose fought Styles to become the number one contender for the title, but James Ellis attacked Styles, causing Ambrose to be disqualified. A rematch took place on the November 1st episode of SmackDown, and Ambrose successfully defeated Styles, earning a title match at TLC for the WWE Championship, which Commissioner Shane McMahon scheduled to be in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Now, if there's one thing that has definitely been highlighted by the brand split, it is the work that Dean Ambrose has put in against AJ Styles, man. Ambrose has looked great in his matches with AJ Styles. And, you know, that might be attributed to who he's working with, but that's why AJ Styles is there, man. And that's why AJ Styles is the WWE champion. You know, people like that, no matter how good you are, you know, if you're good, you're taken to the next level because of who you're working with, like an AJ Styles. They did the same thing with Roman Reigns, man. Roman Reigns is not that great in the ring. He's passable. He's not bad by any means, but you put a Roman Reigns who is good in the ring, right? And yes, he's fucking boring. I do not, and I will not ever be a fan of Roman Reigns. He's boring. He's boring. We'll talk about him. I got a big story for him this weekend, but you take a Roman Reigns who's good, and you put him in the ring with AJ Styles, he becomes that much better. And one of my favorite matches this year, which will be in my top 10, is the match that he had with AJ Styles at Extreme Rules 2016. That was a great fucking match. I didn't like the ending. I thought the ending was fucking preposterous, but it was a great fucking match. And Ambrose has looked great, being that he's been on SmackDown and had the pleasure to work, and the fortunate pleasure, I should say, to work with AJ Styles. And it's been great. At Survivor Series, Ambrose and Styles, both part of Team SmackDown, got into a heated argument during their Survivor Series elimination match against Team Raw. Ambrose attacked Styles, but was surprised by Braun Strowman, who scored a pinfall after a running power slam. Styles did not attempt to break the pin. Later in the match, Ambrose returned to the ringside area to attack Styles with his former Shield partners, Rollins and Reigns, as they performed a triple powerbomb on Styles through the announce table on the outside, which enabled Rollins to eliminate Styles. On the following SmackDown, Ambrose was given the night off for his actions, and Ellsworth was granted a SmackDown contract. Shane McMahon tried to kick out Ambrose. Every single opportunity he got, he kept coming back into the arena as different fucking personas. He was dressed up as the fucking Mountie. He was dressed up in a Ottawa Senators jersey. I thought he was dressed up as the Goon. You know, he came in fucking ordering pizza for Shane McMahon that looked like absolutely a disgusting piece of shit. That didn't look like pizza, man. It looked like a fucking glob of cheese, and that was it. It was nasty looking. I don't know where he got that pizza pie, but that's not the way I look at that pizza, man. Unbelievable. Anyway, Ambrose was thrown out of the arena by Shane McMahon, and this prompted Ellsworth to be in a match with AJ Styles, ladder match, and Ellsworth wanted to fight. He wanted to fight. Now, granted, he came out in a neck brace. Braun Strowman beat the shit out of him at Survivor Series. He threw him through a fucking announce table off the stage. Ellsworth wanted to fight for his right for a SmackDown contract because he's a gritty son of a bitch. You know, he wants to go down fighting. So we had a ladder match. We had a ladder match with AJ Styles and James Ellsworth. Now, Ellsworth, like I said, accepted the challenge. And if he won this match against Styles, he would get an opportunity at the WWE Championship. Ambrose, who had been repeatedly sent out of the arena, returned to the ring during this match to help Ellsworth defeat Styles for a third time. Now, I'm not a big fan of this James Ellsworth storyline. It should have ended weeks ago. I made a big deal about Kevin Owens being pinned on Monday Night Raw against Roman Reigns, which granted Roman Reigns a number one contendership for the Universal Championship at Roadblock. I don't like it. There are other means to get to a number one contendership against the champion of said brand. You don't need to pin the fucking champion clean to get to a title shot. You could take other guys who are in contention and put them in a fucking match. a fucking one-on-one, a triple threat, a fatal four-way, a fucking battle royal, whatever the case may be, man. Get creative with it. Same thing here. There's no reason why a man the caliber and a champion the caliber of AJ Styles should be losing to fucking James Ellsworth. I understand that Ellsworth is a cog in this Ambrose Styles storyline, but I mean, how many fucking times can you have Ellsworth beat AJ Styles? And now this guy is granted a fucking title shot? This guy's granted a fucking title shot. I mean, how much longer can you drag this shit out? I'm happy for him. I don't have a fucking problem with James Ellsworth at all. But to build this feud and get this guy another championship match is beyond ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous, man. This guy, hopefully with what happened at SmackDown this week, where he took that Styles Clash off the steel steps to the fucking concrete floor, hopefully this is the last we see of James Ellsworth until the Royal Rumble. That's it. Hopefully that's the last we see. And maybe they can come up with some storyline there where he comes back and accidentally eliminates Dean Ambrose from the Royal Rumble. Something along those lines. I don't know what it is, but I'm just glad that we potentially won't be seeing him on TLC Sunday night. So, on the November 29th episode of SmackDown, Ambrose hosted the Ambrose Asylum, which was seen this past Tuesday, with Ellsworth as a guest. Styles interrupted, attacked both, resulting in Ellsworth being taken away on a stretcher after a brutal Styles Clash on the concrete. Later, Ambrose attacked Styles backstage as the show ended. Here we come to TLC. What do I think is going to happen here? AJ Styles is going to win. No question. AJ Styles is going to win this match. He's going to retain the WWE Championship. AJ Styles is going to go on to go one-on-one with The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble, depending on how The Undertaker feels with his hip surgery and how he's healing and recovering from hip surgery. Styles versus The Undertaker, going to be needed to sell out the Alamo Dome, or I don't think it's going to be needed, being that you got Lesnar and Goldberg in the Royal Rumble, but it's certainly going to add, you know what, I have to be there. I have to be there. And with Wrestle Rumble, some of you will actually be there thanks to TicketKingOnline.com, you lucky motherfuckers. But AJ Styles versus The Undertaker at the Royal Rumble, gonna happen. If WWE is smart, they will make it happen. Not only is it something that is going to be great for the Rumble, it's going to be great for the fucking fans, and it's a dream match that we can only see right now from a video game. Do it. The Undertaker's healthy, do it. You got The Undertaker, who hasn't really had that many great matches in the previous ones that he's had. You know? I think The Undertaker's still got a few great 5-star matches left in him. AJ Styles is definitely the one to bring The Undertaker to that level once again that we know he can be at. And there's no better worker for The Undertaker to work with than AJ Styles, man. Guy is simply phenomenal for a reason. It's just not just a fucking catchphrase or a nickname. He really is phenomenal. So I want to see that happen. AJ Styles will then lose to The Undertaker at Royal Rumble. And now with the Elimination Chamber being a Raw pay-per-view, I don't know how we get John Cena to get the title shot at WrestleMania. If WWE is going in that direction, that would mean a SmackDown guy. If the Chamber is a Raw pay-per-view, that means that a SmackDown guy is going to have to win the Royal Rumble. So by WWE announcing that, I don't see how good that is. It adds to the predictability of the Royal Rumble. So if the Elimination Chamber is going to be for Raw, what is it going to? You're going to defend the United States Championship in the Elimination Chamber, or are you going to settle and break it down to crowning a number one contender in the Chamber? That's just the way I'm thinking right now. So if the Chamber is Raw, then SmackDown's going to be winning the Royal Rumble. So who's going to win the Royal Rumble? John Cena? You know, that's the only logical choice there. If The Undertaker and AJ Styles does happen, and Undertaker wins the WWE Championship, as per the rumor, and John Cena and Undertaker right now are slated and heavily rumored for WrestleMania, don't see why Undertaker and John Cena won't fight at WrestleMania. I don't see why Vince McMahon would not book this match. I mean, do you have a better idea, a better plan for WrestleMania right now? Of course you don't. Who are you going to put against The Undertaker? Goldberg? Give me a break. I'll fucking cringe left and right if I hear Goldberg's music come out at WrestleMania as he goes one-on-one with The Undertaker. Not the right match for Taker at WrestleMania. We need Cena, Undertaker right now for WrestleMania. But that's where I think they're going with this. I think SmackDown's going to win the Rumble. And there's nobody else but John Cena. AJ Styles, Undertaker, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, John Cena versus Taker. How you go about it, how you come to a winner, and outcome remains to be seen. I got different things here and there you could go back and forth on. We'll talk about that as we get closer to that. But AJ Styles is going to retain against Dean Ambrose. What can you do with Dean Ambrose here? What can you do with Dean Ambrose? Well, you can have James Ellsworth fuck over Dean Ambrose. You can have James Ellsworth. I mean, how long do you expect this James Ellsworth thing to last? How long do you expect him to continue selling merchandise? How long do you expect him to be in the main event? You know? It's about time you give Ellsworth the role that he should be playing, and that is a role of a lackey. Dean Ambrose let him down. Dean Ambrose let him down. Instead of getting a world title shot against AJ Styles, instead of, beating AJ Styles again, why don't you join AJ Styles and fuck over Dean Ambrose? He let you down, bro. Dean Ambrose let you down. He let you get your ass kicked on SmackDown. Have Ellsworth fuck over Dean Ambrose, turn him heel, have him become the lackey for AJ Styles, and there you got it. You could just put Ellsworth in a role that's really going to benefit him more. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything right now. Nobody's expecting him to win the World Championship. So booking him in another World Championship match is not going to do anything at all. It's fucking stupid. And I don't want to continue seeing this drag on and on and on. Use this guy in a role that's going to benefit him and benefit Styles now. Having him in a lackey role with AJ Styles is going to be great. Ambrose, I don't know what you do with Ambrose. I don't know where he goes from here. He could be an odds-on favorite in the Royal Rumble. Maybe you move him to Monday Night Raw, you get him over there and reform the Shield. I don't know. Maybe you can compose a trade and get Ambrose over there and you get Cesaro and Sami Zayn on SmackDown. I don't know what you do with Ambrose after this. I really don't. But AJ Styles going to walk out of TLC with the WWE Championship because I firmly believe that WWE is slated to have AJ Styles and The Undertaker go one-on-one at the Royal Rumble. And if rumors are true, that's exactly what is going to happen. That presents itself to be the best scenario out of everything that people have discussed. That is the best scenario possible right now. These two are going to put on a fucking clinic at TLC. It's going to be a great fucking match. And I fully expect AJ Styles to win the WWE Championship match at TLC and retain his World Championship. That is TLC 2016. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. If you did enjoy it, hit that thumbs up. Thank you so much for everything. I will be back tomorrow on Off the Script with some huge stories, man. I got some huge stories brewing this weekend just to go over what I got planned. Update on why WWE had Sasha Banks beat Charlotte again for the Raw Women's Championship. Undertaker's WrestleMania match with John Cena now in jeopardy, according to some sources. I don't think it's in jeopardy at all. Will Goldberg win the Royal Rumble? I hope not. Could WWE be building towards Dean Ambrose versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 33? WWE planning major character change for Sasha Banks before WrestleMania 33. Triple H plotting to replenish NXT's roster through Ring of Honor. Major names already being contacted for WWE's women's tournament next year. How Triple H and Seth Rollins' program is being affected by the returns of Goldberg and The Undertaker. Plans for the New Day and their reign to be ended on Monday Night Raw as tag team champions. Triple H targeting the Young Bucks for 2017 signing. Ring of Honor responded by offering them a contract extension. And Roman Reigns right now favored to be a dual champion, Universal and United States champion, because WWE wants to create or recreate the Conor McGregor effect in WWE as being a dual champion, even though Conor McGregor relinquished one of his fucking titles already. Makes no goddamn fucking sense. Why would you fuck over Kevin Owens before WrestleMania in a money match with Chris Jericho? Why? We'll talk about it, but that is Off the Script, part number 1 for this weekend's TLC show, man. Thank you so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll be back on part 2 for Saturday morning right here on YouTube.com. I'll talk to you guys later.